Hello. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Howlin Dog Music Group's live stream.
Yeah, this has been a whole lot of fun, and every night, and I think we're going to have even more fun tonight. I'm Don Richmond. I'm one of the board members, and that's Annie Thompson, who is our newsletter editor. Also
Indeed.
happens to be my niece, but we won't hold that against her. And, we're so grateful that she could be here as well. We're going to have a couple of brilliant guests with us a little bit later, but we're going to talk about Howlin Dog Music Group and sort of why we're here and what we do. Hopefully people will be trickling in and signing on and joining us. We're deeply grateful for anybody who is here with us. And we're all about
comments. Give us comments and questions, anything you want Don to talk about. He's the sort of celebrity leader of this amazing organization in some ways, and the heart of the organization in every way. So if anybody wants Don to answer anything or wants to say anything to him, please feel free to put it in the comments, and we will address it. So I'm sorry I talked over you a little bit there, Don, but
that's just fine. Yeah, I'm not usually known as the talkative type, so I'll appreciate all the help I can get. But I can ramble on when I'm talking about something that I feel strongly about, and I do feel strongly about this organization.
Yeah.
And it has grown up very sort of organically around some things that I and we have always done of just trying to help people get their music out into the world.
Yeah.
With the studio and other things that we've done.
Yeah.
But it's been a beautiful thing, this kind of evolution into Howlin Dog Music Group.
Yeah, how did that happen exactly? Like, how did the evolution begin?
Well, it's sort of I've always had the studio since way back since 1990 or something like that. And that sort of evolved. Excuse me, I have wind blowing in the window and blowing my notes around.
Oh my goodness. The natural world.
Hang around just a second. I'm going to shut this window. Because miracle of miracles, it is raining outside. We have been waiting for rain forever.
I've heard it's been very, very dry this year.
Yeah. What a blessing.
Yes, so going back, so how did this develop from the recording studio and from your own work?
Well, the studio, and I was always amazed at how the studio became instantly busy and instantly booked up for many months in advance, and I was also amazed at just the excellence of the music that people brought, and I felt like we were able to turn out a good records, right from the get-go, and so I learned fairly quickly how to help people make a good record.
Yeah.
But then it was like, okay, well, here's your order of CDs that we got in. Here's 500 or 1,000 CDs or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I hope you either can figure out how to sell them, or I hope you have enough room under your bed to store the boxes. And it was like I always wanted to do more. Always wanted to be able to do more.
Yeah.
But and so slowly, we struck up a partnership with David Clemmer sometime along the way. I'm terrible with timelines. Quite a few years ago, and
what was David doing? Sorry, you were going to say, and I interrupted you. Apologies.
We started trying to fulfill a few more of the functions of a record label, meaning that we would try to help people with fundraising or financing on the front end, and we would try to help people with some promotion on the back end. And so that felt a little bit, it never felt like what everybody thinks of as a record label. I don't know, it just felt more like of a cooperative or something like that.
Right.
And then it was really our daughter, your cousin, Heather Kilgore, who suggested that you got to think about becoming a nonprofit, because we were never trying to make money off of it anyway. We were just trying to
make good music,
keep it afloat, and make enough money to keep going. And we basically worked for free, and in a lot of ways. But Heather has worked in the nonprofit world her whole adult life, really, the educational nonprofits, more so than nothing targeted toward music, but the mechanism is basically the same, and it would allow us to do things that we couldn't do otherwise, and would allow us to perhaps help people more if.
Uh-oh, did we lose Don? I think we lost you there just for a second. Could you repeat what you just said?
Yeah, and that the nonprofit model would allow us to raise money and to help artists more a bit, I think. And
yes.
And so we started, with Heather's help, we started working on the mechanism of putting all that together, becoming a 501c3, et cetera. Thankfully, she was willing to undertake the filling out of forms, which is brutal and endless.
Yes.
To do something like that. And then we just started talking to people, and it really was launched on the fact that we know a whole bunch of people that love music, and that are music supporters, and they want to support it. They already supported it. They would support it any way they could. They would go out to shows. They would buy CDs. Many people would host house concerts and all of that. So there's a large community, and we're very grateful to be part of that. And we just started throwing it out to them. Hey, got this idea of, it's sort of like what a lot of artists have done with their own individual things, at Patreon and Kickstarters and all of that. Except my goal was always that if we did it like with more structure, that perhaps we could access some other levels and avenues of funding, that
additional sources of funding
that individual artists could not. So anyway, and now we've been doing it for 3 years. We've awarded over $100,000 in grants, and helped, 30 or so artists. And it's not a lot of money, but it's enough to help. Yeah. And we'd love to do more. And of course, that means continuing to grow the organization and move forward. So, and that is why we're here tonight. How about that?
Absolutely. I think what you said is really key, that it's an organized way, a structured way for people who really love music and who really want to support independent music and independent artists, and people who are just starting out, and people who have been doing it for many years but need a little hand. It's an organized and structured way to help those people. And while Kickstarter and Patreon and things like that are great for individuals, this allows kind of a broader picture or broader reach, perhaps, as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and and we're still in our infancy. We haven't yet convinced, for example, Subaru to give us $1 million because there's always somebody's Subarus parked in front of the recording studio.
Yeah.
It's kind of
So-
unlikely, but hey, who knows?
So maybe talk a little bit about how much a grant is and what that does for an artist, like what that money provides for an artist.
Well, last year, I think we awarded, I believe, 10 grants of $3,500, and then one grant of $6,000, which was our legacy grant. And like I said, that's Subaru sponsorship. Yeah, that's it's not enough to make a whole album unless you're extremely frugal and doing it at home or something like that. But
right,
it's enough that it makes a difference, and it's enough that, I mean, I hear so many people that are in this business, and they would say, well, I'd like to make a recording, but why bother? We can't sell anything. We can't sell physical product anymore. And that is the way that musicians have always paid for their recordings. A guy with somebody with with a strong following, you could do a few CD release events, and you could pretty much pay for your CD right within a month or something like that.
So that used to work. Anymore. That used to work by, you'd make a recording, you'd get a pile of CDs, and then you'd sell those CDs in order to fund the next recording. So it would be kind of a self-perpetuating cycle.
Pay back the money that you invested, the $10,000 or whatever. So the $3,500 is enough to change somebody from why bother to, oh, what the hell, let's go for it. And I keep saying that songs are incredibly powerful. The right song in the right place. I mean, it's like, what if the song that's going to save the world is sitting in somebody's mind and heart and fingers, and they're not going to record it because it's like the why bother thing. It's like, no, we don't know what that song is, where it is, and it might only save the world for one person.
Exactly.
But that song needs to be out there.
Exactly.
And this might be enough to help. And the people the artists can use that money for virtually anything that is attached to the project. They can take it to any studio. They can use it for promotion. They can use it for the graphics. Some of them have even purchased equipment to help them do it in their home studio. So it's like I said, it can be used for any aspect of it.
Right.
So, one of the coolest things about it is what people say it meant to them to be recognized by people who are basically their peers. I mean, we're all in this. We've all been, in the loony bin that is called the music business most of our lives, and when you receive that kind of affirmation and recognition, and say, hey,
exactly,
we think what you're doing is really fine, really cool,
and we want you to keep doing it. We want you to be able to give it to the world.
And so that's powerful. And the only problem with it is that I want to give that to everybody. I mean, we put out the call for our applications in the early part of the year, and then we might get 150 applications or something like that. But depending on how much money we raise, we might only be able to give 10 grants, or who knows. That means we have to say no to a lot of people, and I hate that. And we try to be as positive and affirming as we can to everyone, because we want everybody to keep going. We just can't give money to everybody. But that's a large part of the joy of being able to do this, saying, yeah, we love what you're doing. Go for it.
Yeah. That's what I have heard over and over. I've been doing interviews with a lot of the grant recipients, and every single one of them, it's the money is nice and it is very helpful, but it is not a lot of money in terms of recording something in the modern world with the pricing that just is. But the affirmation, the being told, yes, what you are doing is valuable. We see that. We want you to keep doing it. Don't stop. We're on your team, sort of. Like somebody said, Howlin Dog Music Group is a family affair. And I think that's such a perfect, I think that was in the chat. And I think that's just such a perfect encapsulation of this. Like, we are all a team, and in some sense, we are all a family. Literally, in the case of me, Don, Heather, Terry, but also figuratively, I think, in the sense that we're all connected and we all want to help each other and boost each other up. So
absolutely. And the musical family is the musical network, and it feels like a family, is such an amazing thing. I mean, I have been sort of ensconced in my tiny little corner of rural southern Colorado in the San Luis Valley my whole life.
Yes.
And quite, I don't know if I could say it was purposeful. I was just, I didn't know enough to go out into the big music world. But just because of the connections, I end up being able to know so many people. And it's that the how many degrees of separation. It's like, there's like 2 degrees of separation between me and almost anybody I can think of. And that's astounding to me.
Yeah.
Because somebody that knew that guy, like Earl Poolball, great piano player, lives in Austin. He was Johnny Cash's piano player for like 20 years on the road.
Oh.
Johnny gave him a Steinway when he retired.
Oh.
And I was doing a record for our dear friend Bill Hearne. And we were going to start the record in October. This was several years ago, but Bill knew that Earl was up in Santa Fe for the summer. And so he said, could we please start early? Could we start it in August? So we did, so that Earl could come up and play. And it was this great record that Bill put out that's kind of a ode to his honky-tonk beginnings. It's called Where Lights Are Low. And these guys were like, it was like listening to a couple of musical encyclopedias talk to each other.
Oh,
they were made, because Bill was doing these old covers of like old Buck Owens and Ray Price and songs from the Bakersfield country area stuff, and they would say, okay, or I'll play it like 1957, not so much 1959, and Earl would say, oh, you mean more like this, and and it was okay. I mean, Earl would go over and have breakfast with Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash and the Carter family and all this stuff. It's like,
oh my
that's
God.
just one example of that. Well, that's 1 degree of separation, and and that's just the magic of the musical network. And so it is so cool. Part of the one of the cool things about doing this is getting to connect with more people and having them connect with us and connect with people that we are connected with. And hopefully we can all help each other.
Yeah.
Whether or not a person receives a grant, we want to continue that connection and continue that. So,
I remember, so I lived in Ireland for many years, and I remember you telling me one time that you visited Ireland. This was before I was living there, and that music was this sort of intro into people's lives, and like you traveled up the West Coast, I think. Anyway, maybe that's not relevant to talk about here, but just that music, I remember you saying that music is this universal language almost that pulls you into a community, and that you sort of almost automatically have access to an inner circle because you are a musician in a way.
It's a great connecting thing, and even for just people that love music, it doesn't have to be just people that play it.
So true.
But,
True.
I mean, going to Ireland was magic. I mean, Ireland it's like going to the wellspring, to where the water comes out of the ground. One of the primary streams that became the mix that is American music. It's one of, there are many parts of that stream, African music, blues, and all of that is a large part of it. Hispanic music is certainly all mixed in there, and music from other British Isles or something like that. But that Irish thing was big. Scotch-Irish, that was a big part of what became country music and all of that. So that was wonderful. And I'd love to hear, I always wanted to hear more. Hear you talk about your time in Ireland. I mean,
well, we'll have to do that on a different stream, I'd say, because that was not super related to Howlin' Dog Music Group.
Oh, you never know.
Although it's shocking to me how many little, like you say, it's like 1 degree of separation. Like Crow and Gazelle love to travel to Ireland and spend a lot of time there. Is it Pat Byrne, who's Irish and now living in Austin, where I was born? It's like there's this wonderful connection. And I just want to say that we did get a donation while we were yammering on and being deeply involved in talking. So thank you so much for donating. And we really appreciate every donation that comes in.
Thanks for any comments.
So we're going to be talking tonight to Michael Hearne and Antonio Lopez, 2 grant recipients for this year, 2026. And I wanted to ask, because Michael Hearne is, of course, a very well-known name and a big, huge part of all of this, and the founder of Big Barn Dance. And I just wanted to ask, what are the thoughts behind, what's the importance, do you feel, behind giving a legacy grant? Like, what does that do? How does that help?
Well, in some ways, it's similar to the other grants in the sense that of that recognition of somebody that has been this big shade tree under which so many other people have gathered and nurtured. And I mean, I'm totally biased because so many of the good things, so many of the introductions to that musical network for me personally have come through Michael Hearne. Because he's so good, for starters, and he was good at making those connections. But I mean, it's certainly the barn dance is the most obvious thing.
Tree.
That is branch. Branch, flower, tree, whatever that has come out of that. But I don't know. I mean, I got to know Mike back, 79, 1980, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And more so over the years. And it almost seemed to me like he invented a genre. He was one of the primary exponents of a genre of music that came to be, that came to grow up in northern New Mexico, and I started calling it Southwest Americana, which is suitably ambiguous that nobody knows what it means. Yes, we are metaphors. Another metaphor I didn't like.
So Southwest Americana, this genre that Michael invented.
Yeah, I mean, he used to play a lot at the Sagebrush in Taos, and that was kind of the epicenter of it for a long time. And of course, before that, he was in Red River, which was equally the epicenter there at the Mother Lode, playing with the Great American Honky Tonk Band. But there was something there that he, I don't know, like planted his tent poles in the ground and say, okay, we're gonna string up something out of this. And yeah, and it's been a wonderful thing, and it's been just a whole part of my musical identity. But yeah, he has affected so many and blessed so many. So
yeah,
he is so deserving of having somebody say, "Hey, thank you."
Yes,
Here's a little something.
Here's some recognition of everything that he's done for this community, this network.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
And it was it was the Barn Dance fans really who helped us get Howlin Music Group started. So that was another big connection. Go ahead, Annie.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to ask, like, what your favorite part of all this is in the 3 minutes we have before Michael comes on. What's your favorite part of working with Howlin Dog?
Well, being able to give those grants away, that's pretty awesome. Of course, the flip side of that is the difficulty of Terry having to tell people that they didn't get a grant this year. But
thank you for the donation, by the way, to our wonderful donator. We really appreciate it. So the best part is giving away the money. And
but to that network, the connection, extending that musical network. And being exposed to people that we didn't know about. Yeah. It's somebody that sends in their music and it just blows you away. It's just like, they're so awesome. So that's a wonderful thing, and there, it just feels good to be in the stream of all this swirling around.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me, talking to the artists is always such an incredible and inspirational experience. When I get to interview them, every single time they talk about their art and they talk about their music in a way that lights them up, lights me up. And it's amazing to know that I'm having at least some impact in allowing them to continue doing this thing that's so important to the world and also so important to them, clearly. And anyway, it's amazing to do the work here that I have.
Well, you've been doing such a superb job on those newsletters and those artist interviews.
Oh, thank you. I have fun. I have so much fun, and they are always so good at talking. I don't know exactly how we're going to rope in Michael when he's here.
I think that's the mover and shaker of all things, Miss Susan Gibson, behind the scenes, is going to do that for us.
The off screen people.
Yes, the wizard. Yes, who is that person behind the curtain?
Michael Hearne introducing. Michael.
Hey, Don. And there he is. Hi. And there he is. Hey, brother.
Hey, man.
Doing great, man. Thanks for jumping on board with us on our little TV show. You know,
Well,
we're old enough to remember the Ed Sullivan Hour. You know, it's sort of like Ed Sullivan except different. You know,
well, thank you so
it's
much.
a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for all the kind words, and I'm just so honored to be friends with all the folks at Howlin Dog Music Group. It's amazing the way it's all intertwined over the years, like you were talking about, Don, with the barn dance and going back to the dancing days, and you know, the Rifters and Hired Hands and my band and all the friends that we've made over the years, and the barn dance. You know, such a beautiful, loyal family that and it's a joy for me and my daughter Sarah. It's a joy for us to find new artists that a lot of people have never heard and bring them in. Kind of like you know, I know you get your submissions to Howlin Dog. You know, you probably hear people that, gosh, that blows me away. And then
absolutely.
And then the committee listens and they make their decisions on who they give the grants to. But you know, there's a lot of really good people out there that are playing that nobody knows about. And I've seen people in the past couple of nights that I've been tuning into this telethon. You know, there's people that I've never heard of that I really, really, really enjoyed. And you know, it's just a beautiful, magical thing. And Donnie, you know, you are. I can't say enough about how much you've improved my life and helped me with not only the music but just how to think things out. You know, how to make stuff happen. You know, that you really not sure it can happen. And when we're working together, you know, it's like, and I know I drive Donnie crazy because I'll say, oh, I want this to be better. 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 And Donnie just always says, man, that's part of the process, even though he's having to work, as you know what, off to make it reality.
Yeah, it is
what I'm looking for.
That's why you're a great artist, is because it's like, yeah, let's get it as good as we can get it, and then let's throw that out and try it again and see if we can make it better. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, so that is part of it all.
Yeah, and you know, you listen to these records in the old times, Johnny Cash and all those people. You know, they did their stuff and they got a band together. And they got in a room. They did it in one take. You know, there were no overdubs. There was no fixing anything. You know, if they didn't get it on the first take, they do another take. But there was no overdubbing or anything like there is now. So I don't know whether those days will ever come back again. But you know, it would be nice to think that they would.
Yeah. Well, there's people that do it. There's people that still do it that way. But go ahead, Annie.
So I don't know the story of how you two met and like how you got to know each other, and I'd just be curious as to like how this dynamic started.
Well, I knew Donnie's brother, Jim.
You know Jim. You know my Uncle Jim.
Your Uncle Jim, yeah. I knew your Uncle Jim before I met Donnie, I think. And
yeah,
I met Jim in Fayetteville, Arkansas, when his band, the Tennessee Hat Band, used to play up there at the Swinging Door where I used to live for a little short brief period of time. But and then I think maybe Donnie and Terry just kind of heard about what was going on at the Mother Lode, or Donnie could probably explain it better than it, but they just showed up one night, came out dancing, and we became friends.
Yeah, really, it was first. I was in a band called Tumbleweed from like '73 on through the '80s, and every once in a while we would get invited. I mean, we started playing in northern New Mexico around '74, maybe, or something like that. And every once in a while, we would end up playing at the Mother Lode. Rarely, because Michael was usually in the house band there. or they had some house band, and so it wasn't like it was open very often, but there was a few times when we would end up playing there, and one time it was when Michael's the band, the Great American Honky Tonk Band, was working with Michael Martin Murphey, or Michael Murphy as it was then, and they were getting ready to go make a movie, Hard Country, and you guys needed to rehearse when we were playing Friday and Saturday, so all our stuff was set up in there Saturday, and you needed to rehearse on Saturday, so you would ask us, hey, you mind if we used some of the stuff here and do a rehearsal? I had met you before that, but that was probably the first time when there was, several hours or whatever where we hung out a little bit more. And but yeah, I mean, Great American Honky Tonk Band was awesome. They were just, Tumbleweed's a pretty good band, but
Tumbleweed was awesome too, man.
We were kind of sloppy around we were, you guys were just so tight and focused and just so good. It was really a joy. And yeah, we love to come out and dance every once in a while. There's no doubt about that. So yeah, ever since then. And, it's just, I started playing down in New Mexico a lot more around 1990 when Tumbleweed broke up. And then we started, seeing Michael more, and it's just kind of gone on from there.
And I found out, that, I don't remember how I found out, but that Donnie had a studio. That was back when his studio was in town. And I started going over there and recording. And that's when it all started. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. Back in the early 90s when I still had brown hair. Brown hair.
There we go.
Well, speaking of music, maybe you should play us a song.
Well, I'm glad it's raining, man. I'm glad it's raining. I hope it pours.
Yeah, no kidding.
So I do have a new album out that Donnie and I produced together on Howlin Records. It's called A Really Good Ride. And I'm down in Texas right now, in San Marcos, Texas, with my wife, Becky. And man, it is so hot and so dry down here. And I figure the more songs I sing about rain, the more possibility is that it might rain. So I know some people in the United States have had too much rain, and that's no bueno. But this song that I wrote was with Scott Shawn White, and I put this on the new album. So I'll dedicate this song to anybody that doesn't mind it to rain. I don't mind the rain, even when it's pouring down. Sitting on the front porch, listening to the sound. It makes the fields grow, it makes the river flow. I'm waiting for the sun to shine, but I don't mind the rain. I love the canyon thunder, lighting filling up the sky, like some kind of poetry. I don't really know why. It does something to my soul, makes me wanna let it go. I'm waiting for the sun to shine, but I don't mind the rain. Doesn't make me sad, it doesn't make me blue. I love to feel the cool breeze blow, sitting next to you. Let it rain all night, let it pour all day. I'm waiting for the sun to shine, but I don't mind the rain. pick up my guitar, maybe write a song, maybe call an old friend. Lord knows it's been too long. I might just take the day and waste it in a good way, waiting for the sun to shine, but I don't mind the rain. It doesn't make me sad, it doesn't make me blue. I love to feel the cool breeze blow, sitting next to you. Let it rain all night, let it pour all day. I'm waiting for the sun to shine, but I don't mind the rain. Waiting for the sun to shine, but I don't mind the rain. Yeehaw, I don't mind the rain.
That was
Oh,
so
awesome.
beautiful.
Awesome. I
Oh,
love that.
it was wonderful.
I don't mind if you donate either. It'd be great.
Yeah. Actually, now that you've said that, I would like to match the next $500 that we get while we're on tonight. So for the next hour and 15 minutes, I will be matching the next $500. So please donate. Yes, thank you,
All
Michael,
right.
so
Well,
much.
Thank you, Annie.
It's so beautiful and it's so worthwhile. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, thank you for the song.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you for letting me play it on this lovely telephone.
Really, I feel like Jerry Lewis, you know.
I know, Donnie kind of reminds me of Jerry Lewis. Yeah.
Of course, all the young
um,
people are saying, "Who the hell is Jerry Lewis?"
So, Michael, what kind of advice would you give to somebody just starting out, like to one of our grant winners? Like, what would you say to somebody who's just getting started?
Well, I would say try to when you're writing your lyrics, try to use as many hard rhymes as you can.
That's great.
That's one way to go.
Why?
Because it sounds better.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, instead of rhyming, I can't even think of an example right now, but
Yeah.
a soft rhyme would be rhyming yes with
Best. Yeah.
with West. That would be good. That would actually be a hard rhyme that would work.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. But I mean, the soft hard rhymes, that's one piece of advice. I think what I did from an early age that helped me was I learned, how to play my chords,
Yeah.
on the guitar, and that helped a lot. That opened up a whole new world to me when I learned the different chords other than just C, D, C, G, and D. I learned the minors and the bar chords, and
Yeah.
I still don't know as many as I don't know as many as Donnie does, but put those chords and use them wisely. Don't just put a chord in there. You dig for it. Try to find the right chord for the right melody, or the right line in the melody, or the word in the melody, and that's always a good thing. It's giving advice on people that are just starting out. Just be true to the song, and make sure that you say in the song what you want to say.
Yeah.
But you got to work on it. And you can't just or you can just write a song and say, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
I've always respected people that really dug deep for their songs. I've co-written with some great songwriters like there's so many of them: Shake Russell and Mentor Williams and Don Richmond and a lot of people, and they all, all of them, and including me, I believe, really, you, you struggle with it. It's hard, and you got to stick with it. You got to stick with it, and make sure that you're getting everything you can out of that song.
Yeah. And just to say that we have such wonderful supporters here, because that $500 was just matched. I barely had time to say it, and people are pouring in.
That was fast.
That was fast, wasn't it? So thank you, everyone, so much. This is such a good cause. Music and that digging deep, that finding that wellspring of meaning is such a worthy cause. So thank you, everyone, for the support.
Yeah, and some songs are easy. Like my most popular song is one called New Mexico Rain, another song about rain. That song just came to me.
Mm-hmm.
It came to me from the clear blue sky.
Yeah, I know how that is.
And it was, but I mean, every one of them since then has been much harder for some reason. Maybe because I was
young. Like digging
and,
ditches, sometimes.
Yeah, and maybe I should just. I probably should, just leave some of these songs alone. And my wife tells me sometimes, just leave it alone. I can't.
Yeah, but thinking about something else that I think is important that Michael has always exemplified in getting music going is just the importance of making those personal connections with the audience, with other musicians.
Yeah. Almost
everything good that will happen to you, it's probably true in anything, but certainly true in music, will happen because of a personal connection. And that musical network, Michael has always exemplified that to me. I mean,
well,
you might not know everybody, but pretty close.
And I mean, a lot of times when I write, I'm writing for my peers. I mean, like,
yeah.
Just about every song I've written, I've thought in the back of my mind, what is my Uncle Bill going to think about this song? Is he going to like this song? What's Don Richmond going to think about it? What's Chuck Cannon going to think about it? There's a lot of people that and then I think about what's the audience going to feel? Is it a two-step? Is it a waltz? Are they going to be able? Is it too fast of a waltz? Is it too fast a two-step? That was a big part around my writing was the two-step thing. Trying to make sure that it didn't have to be danceable, but it was a sure bonus if you could make it danceable in the circle of people that I was playing music for and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing about the Northern New Mexico music and dance scene is how those have influenced each other, the dance and the music. They've sort of co-evolved in a way. I mean, I certainly feel that in what we do and the Rifters. And that's a cool thing, Yeah. And, but I think we need to get one more song in there fairly soon, though, before we run out of time here. So,
okay.
You got another one?
Yeah, I got another one.
I know you got more than one.
A million of them.
You got a million of
them. Well, thanks everybody. Thank you for the Legacy Grant that I got this year, and thanks to all the people at Howlin Dog. Thanks to all my fans, the Barn Dance family. People have been coming out to hear me play for years. It it never gets old. Another song off my new record. I wrote this with David Jack Skinner from Bryan, Texas. Cup of coffee in the morning, listening to a really good tune. Looking forward to a good day, she'll be waking up soon. To come in and say she loves me, she knows I love her too. We give our best to each other, even when a storm comes through. A glass of wine at twilight, blanket under the stars. Here we are at midnight with Jupiter and Mars. Blessings all around us, we know what daylight brings. Doesn't get much better than Texas in the spring. It never gets old, it never gets old. Like seeing a long lost friend coming in from the cold. When it comes to loving you, it's like silver and gold that shines on love that's true. It never gets old. The beauty of the sunrise and the changing of the moon. There's this river flowing on a Texas afternoon. A little baby smiling, sitting on my knee. I wonder what she's thinking, looking back at me. It never gets old, it never gets old. Like seeing a long lost friend coming in from the cold. When it comes to loving you, it's like silver and gold that shines on love that's true. It never gets old. When it comes to loving you, it's like silver and gold that shines on love that's true. It never gets old. All right.
Yeah, man.
That's so beautiful.
It never gets old.
And I noticed a hard rhyme that just cut me deep. The stars and Jupiter and Mars. It just that just hit me so hard. So
I try to make hard rhymes.
It
I'm
does
guilty
hit.
of not doing that all the time, but yes.
That was beautiful, man. Yeah, and Michael's new record will be, he's got CDs now, but it will be out on all the streaming services on Friday the 28th. So
right.
that will be release day. We'll be making some more noise about that as we get closer to that. So
Can't wait.
Yeah, you'll be able to hear it on Jupiter and Mars, if you're tuning in.
Well, thank you so much, Michael. I think we're gonna move on now. Are we? Am I anticipating us?
I can't wait to hear Antonio.
Yeah, Antonio's great. Well, before we go, tell us just a little bit more about the barn dance coming up.
It's the art stroll is on September 9th, and the festival itself starts at Red Willow Park, September 10th, 11th, and 12th. It's 3 days, and some of the greatest music that you'll ever hear. It's all under a big tent. We've got cover, we've got dancing, and we've got listening. We've gone to great lengths to make sure that the festival is produced the best that we can possibly do it. Mitch and Carla and our, Sarah's team, Sarah and Jenny, and I'm sure I'm forgetting all the people that work for the town of Taos that help us make it work. it's just the Barn Dance is a great festival. Even though my name is on the door, if I was to go to a festival, I would want to go to Michael Hearne's Big Barn Dance Music Festival because you can sit and you can listen to, like I said, some of the best music you'll ever hear. People you've never heard before. You can hear the stories behind the songs in a lot of detail, and they're all professionals. They're all road warriors, and they all bring something to the table, especially when they barn dance. They feel like they got to have their A game when they get up there. They've heard somebody that played before them that got up there and just kicked ass. And
it's the best festival in the world as far as I'm concerned. So,
well, thank you, Donnie.
I mean, I'm biased, but it's true.
Yeah, it's September 10th, 11th, and 12th, and then we have the art stroll on the 9th, which is we just added another gallery today. We got 4 different galleries with 4 different great artists playing at them, and that's on Wednesday from 3 to I believe it's from 3 to 6. Just talked about this today, but 3 to 5. Excuse me, 3 to 5. So you get to go and check out the artwork of all these incredible artists from all over the Southwest that have artwork in the galleries, and hear music from world-class singer-songwriters. And
it's pretty cool.
We thought about doing this a long time ago. We started doing it, and now we can't stop doing it.
Yeah,
is that a good thing?
It's free. It's free.
That's a thing that's unique to Taos for sure.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's incredible.
Well, thank you so much for being with us on this, my dear friend, and love having you, and love doing everything we get to do together. So,
well, me too, Donnie.
Keep on doing it, man.
Thank you all so much for having me, and thank you for all you have done for me over the years. And everybody come to the barn dance, and they can come. And look forward to seeing you there, and look forward to seeing the Rifters there, and everybody there. It's going to be great.
Amen. All right. Well, be well. Talk to you soon.
Oh, and another great thing about the barn dance is Don Richmond sits in and plays with just about everybody. So you look forward to it.
Well,
our favorite.
If they ask me, yes. I'm pretty easy. I'm pretty easy to get. That's for sure.
Thank you, Michael.
Love you guys. Man. See ya.
So you've played with a lot of the people who have gotten grants now. Like I knowing from talking to them in interviews that you play, like you add to some of the projects that get recorded at the studio. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I mean, that's why a lot of people come to the studios, because I can add tracks to their project, and it sort of comes with the package. I don't charge them extra for that. It's just pay studio time, and you get me and whatever I can do, and it's a joy for me. I certainly love to, and I do get to sit in with some folks live too, so that's a treat. But let's talk about folks becoming a patron for Howlin' Dog Music Group.
Okay.
That's a really important thing for us, because it allows us to plan. Being a patron means that you have agreed to donate. The starting level is $25 a month, and so we know that money is going to come in. And of course, you can donate more than that if you want. But and that allows us to know that we're going to have that money, and then we can plan our grants and all that accordingly. And if you get, like it says on the graphic there, we've got a bunch of premiums that we want to talk about too. But if you become a patron, you pretty much get the whole thing.
You get
so
the
that's
lot.
Pretty cool. Yeah, you get a hoodie,
best
a
bang
patch,
for your money,
a tote, and you'll get a digital copy of every project that we fund. So that's pretty cool too.
Yeah. Lots of new music, lots of introduction to new artists.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of new artists, there's one of our artists from, I think it was our first year, Lisa Corey, is going to
Yes.
donate. Everyone who donates this week will get a link to Lisa Corey's short film. It's called The Four Silences, which just won the Best Music Video / Documentary at the Austin Shorts Fest.
So that's so good.
That's another kind of extra little premium that's going to be thrown in. And,
Lisa is so amazing. Lisa is one of my favorite interviews that I've ever done. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, wow, this gal is.
So you've got to get that link to her video. Like, you got to donate this week, because it's got to be incredible.
She's amazing.
Award-winning.
She's amazing. And some other things about the premiums for just in general level of giving. Up to $50, you get a Howlin' Dog Music Group sticker. $50 to $100, you get a sticker and a CD of your choice. $100 to $199, you get handwritten lyrics or a patch. I'm not sure if Jana or someone designed these cool little patches they look like an old national parks thing or something like that. They're very cool.
You can sew onto a jean jacket or your backpack or something.
Yeah,
like that. They're very nice. Yeah.
$200 to $299 a tote bag, $300 to $399 a tote bag and a patch, $400 to $499 a USB drive of this accompanist video collection, which is me playing with a whole bunch of different people. Really quite an amazing smorgasbord of folks that I've been lucky enough to be able to play along with, plus a CD or LP of choice. $500, you get the Howlin' Dog Music Group hoodie. $1,000, you get a singing telegram. I'm not sure from who, but we'll figure that out, I'm sure.
From someone wonderful, from one of our incredible artists.
Someone that can sing, I'm sure.
Someone fantastic.
$2,500. Oh, I bet you can sing too. $2,500, an executive producer acknowledgement on a 2027 project. Executive producer is often a way of just acknowledging someone who helped fund a project.
Right.
So you can have your name in a 2027 project for next year.
Well, at that point, you really have contributed so much that
absolutely. Yeah. At $3,500, you can name a grant to honor someone, I mean, you don't get to choose who the grant goes to, but you can name the grant. This grant is in honor of this person. We've had
for the year of 2027.
Yeah, we've had a few people that have done that, and we're just deeply honored and grateful for that. And for $5,000, you can get a house concert in Colorado, New Mexico, or Texas, one per state, from either a board member or a grant winner. We of course have to figure that out.
Yeah.
And like I said before, if you're a monthly patron, you get the hoodie, the tote, a patch, and usual patron benefits of like every project delivered to you. So that's pretty cool. That's a bunch of cool stuff. I mean, that's stuff that, and we try to have other little things that will go out to the patrons that, videos and things like that from people that, nobody else is going to see them. So anyway.
Yeah. That's wonderful. And for any donation of any amount, Lisa Corey will be sending you her award-winning music video that's just won awards, which we're so happy about. She's one of our grant recipients. And every little bit does help. So if $25 a month is too much, it's totally understandable, but we will make use of every cent that we receive. And we're
absolutely
really grateful for everything. Yeah.
And I have a note from Terry saying that, our goal for the whole week is $20,000, and we started tonight at $11,000. So, that's a doable thing. We're more than halfway.
Yeah.
And she said that she will reimburse Howlin Dog Music Group for all of the merch if we get to $20,000.
Oh.
That sounds like, maybe she should have checked with her husband to be sure that she could still keep me in the in the level
And the
of
cat's
comfort
fed.
that I've gotten used to. But no, that's extremely generous of Terry. Terry gives so much time and energy, you would not believe it.
I would.
To this organization.
Yes.
And she also wanted to say to anybody who has donated that she's a little behind on emailing everyone, but she will catch up on that. So.
And it looks like we just got another donation in just now. So thank you, whoever that was. We really appreciate it.
Yes.
We're really glad to have you as part of the family.
And didn't we hear before we started that there was a large grant given in the name to honor that guy that was just here?
I forgot. Don, talk about that, would you? Would you talk about that?
Yeah, that we have had a donor.
Incredible!
Say, donate that they will fully fund a $3,500 grant in honor of Michael Hearne.
Oh my God! That's perfect. Cool? I wish I'd remembered that while he was still here, because he should hear that.
Oh, well.
Oh my gosh, we just got I guess that's acknowledging this incredible, generous gift. That's amazing. So that's so perfect, though. I mean, he's such a pillar of this, and it's great to be able to name a grant for 2027. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah, and thanks to our dear donor, who is anonymous, for that incredible generosity.
Yes.
So what else? I was just Terry has helpfully laid out a bunch of things for me to talk about, and I realized that, man, I haven't talked about any of that stuff.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I derailed the conversation with
you didn't derail it at all. I just start rambling about
the joys of music, and the
roots
importance
and the
of
branches
this.
and all of that, and how we got here.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's been beautiful. In just a few minutes, we're going to bring on another remarkable artist. He's closer to the front end of his career than the late end, Mr. Antonio Lopez. I mean, we'll talk about it all with him, but he's from our little hometown of Alamosa, and
yes, a homegrown hero.
Yeah, and I remember recording him. I should probably wait till he's here to talk about this, but
no, brag about him before he gets here.
I remember recording him, and when he was in high school, and he was playing with some artists that were older than him. I can't remember who else was in the band, but it was just like I think he was probably 15 years old or something, and he was like, man, this guy's a genius. And totally in his own way. It was totally his own voice. I mean, it wasn't like he was, downloading Eddie Van Halen licks or something like that. I mean, it was just totally himself. And it was so cool to see that. And then he ended up sticking around and going to Adams State, and I believe he got his music degree from Adams State.
We have a connection to Adams State as well, because our grandfather, my grandfather, your father, taught there. So
yeah, absolutely.
He's truly a member of the family. Going to Adams State makes you a member of the family. Anyway, sorry, go on.
And then he took off to move to Northern Colorado to pursue his career and his dreams. And I remember talking to him. Remember him asking me about how do you do this? How do I go up to go there and start doing this? And in some ways I said, I have no idea. But what I said was just start putting yourself out there and making connections, that everything will come through those connections. And he's been remarkably successful. I've wanted him, and this ties in with Howlin' Dog Music Group's greater goals too. I've wanted him to do workshops on how do you do that? How do you start from scratch? Because he did it. Yeah. And I didn't know how to tell him to do it other than what I just said, which is of course very ambiguous, but also true. So he's been an inspiration all along, you know, through all of that, certainly to me. But and it's been wonderful to watch him do what he has done up there, and what is a very successful, demanding music scene up there. I mean, there's a lot of great people up in northern Colorado. Little Lions, that's where the Lions Folks Fest, and that's also where the Telluride Bluegrass Festival is headquartered. The same people run both of those things. So there's a lot of that going on up there. Anyway, what else should we talk about before we go on?
Well, what are the workshops that you guys are looking, since you mentioned that, what are some of the workshops that you guys are looking to run or that you have run in the past?
Well, we just did one with another one of our grant recipients, Teresa Suidam. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her last name correctly.
I think so.
She's a remarkable artist also from northern Colorado, from Denver area, I think. But she has done a lot in the realm of sync licensing, which is what the term meaning that your music gets used in TV and film or things like video games, anywhere where they use music. And she has made a lot of headway in that realm, and has gotten some a lot of placements, is just what those are called when one of your songs gets used. So she did a wonderful workshop on that. And she's not only good at doing getting that, she's good at teaching it too. She's good at talking about it. So that was very cool. Yeah. Susan Gibson and Eliza Gilkison, who's another board member of Howlin' Dog Music Group, did a songwriting workshop that was wonderful and also very well attended. And these were offered to the people who applied but did not get grants. So that was a cool thing to offer, to reach out to them saying, here we'd love for you to participate in these. And really, like many other things, we're just getting started on that. We're
young still.
We will do more of that, and it takes a fair amount of wrangling to get one of those going, and it takes quite a bit of work. But we'll continue to do those. So,
I think that once again builds that community, builds those networks, connects young songwriters to other young songwriters and to established songwriters as well as teaching skills. So
I see he's got a note that Susan and Eliza are doing another workshop in December. So that's wonderful. I mean. Tell you what, you could not ask for two better teachers. Eliza, I help Eliza with workshops 2 or 3 times a year, where she and John Gorka and I co-teach songwriting workshops, and Eliza is wonderful at it, as is Susan. They are both just great teachers, so inspiring. So that's another cool thing. Well, I think it's time to bring Antonio on. Isn't that right?
All right, let's bring on Antonio Lopez.
Hey, good evening. How are the two of you doing?
Hey.
Hi.
Good.
To see you.
Good to see you as well.
I was saying nice things about you. I hope you didn't hear any of it.
Thank you, Don. Appreciate that.
You're from Alamosa, though. That's one of the things that we heard.
Yeah. A great place to grow up. And every time I see one of Don's pictures of Mount Blanca that he posts on Facebook, it just makes my heart sing.
Yeah. Don was saying that he recorded you when you were still in high school.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, you wouldn't guess from the music I play nowadays, but my first musical love was like hard rock. we were like a hard rock band without a drummer. So,
okay,
yeah,
that's rough.
Yeah, it's rough.
You guys were great. I mean, that was good stuff. Who was the other guitarist?
Oh yeah, so so my first band that I recorded with you was called Self-Inflicted. Then after that it was Exist, and I think you might be talking about Jason Russell.
Who was the guitarist? Who was the other guitarist?
Nick Gonzalez.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway,
well, you guys were doing great.
Don was saying you guys were doing great
music way back then. Yeah.
Thank you.
In spite of a lack of drummer. Yeah. So that's wonderful. So how did you come to be interested in music, Antonio? Like what was your path to music?
Oh, pretty much as early as I could remember. I remember being drawn towards music, and started taking piano lessons when I was in the second grade. And I remember like the little lesson book and being like, oh, I want to add little introductions and outros and change rhythms to things. And that was kind of like my first like explorations in terms of making music my own. Yeah.
That's wonderful. Yeah. Susan says that Jason Russell is her nephew. So we have once again another member of the family. Oh, sorry, Terry. I'm sorry.
Terry.
No, sorry, she's taught. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. She's talking to. Yeah. So we got a note for that. That's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, yeah, it's like I was saying. It was wonderful to kind of watch your path from a distance, but from an interested distance where, you're starting out very young, and then you went all the way through Adams State's music program, didn't you?
Correct. Yeah. I chose to stick around and go to Alamosa because I was really into running, cross country, and track, and they had a really good running program there. And I checked out the music program, and I really enjoyed my professors there, and I really enjoyed just studying music, running, and also just enjoying the natural world down there. Yeah, great memories of all that.
Yeah, well, that was a great period of time there at the music department. A lot of great people, there to learn from and feed off of.
Yeah,
but I remember when you graduated and you were going to move up to northern Colorado, and you were talking about, well, how do you do that? And I said, well, I don't know. You just dive in and you start making connections. You start meeting people, because I've often said that virtually everything good that happens will come through a personal connection. Somebody that you know, somebody that you met, somebody that you talked to. And it was amazing to see you just go do it,
Thank you.
And I've often thought that we should do a workshop with you coming to tell people, hey, this is what I did, because there's a lot of people that are trying to do the same thing, or that are in that same boat.
So what did you do, Antonio? Like, how did you go from how did you go to being where you are?
Yeah, honestly, I attribute a lot of that to just being super green and not understanding the way it works. And I think that honestly, like, that period in a person's life, you know, when they're in their 20s and just really green and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I think some advice that I would have is just like Don was saying, just go out there and do it. You know,
Yeah.
don't just dream about doing it. Just start
Yeah.
doing it. And if you start doing it, then you're doing the thing. And like Don was
Yeah.
saying, you know, it's all about those personal connections. And yeah, the beautiful thing about music is just like how it brings people into your life, and that circle just keeps growing through time,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful. Yeah, like most of the people I know in my life, I know through music, and
Yeah.
I'm a really quiet person, so uh, yeah, it's just also writing music just gives me the time to like process emotions and things that happen in life, and it's just like a almost like a long form way of communication.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Don always talks about that communion with the audience and how playing a song or playing is like there's this an exchange that happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, so how was being naive? How did that like and green, as you say, how did that benefit you? Do you think?
Yeah, so I moved up to Longmont in 2012, and there's this thing that happens up in Lyons called Song School, and it's basically like a songwriting camp. Uh, and I literally drove up here like the morning that it was starting that evening, and I just
Yeah.
remember like getting out of the car and telling everyone I meet like, "Hey, I just moved here and I'm going to be a professional musician."
Oh
And
my
like
gosh.
people
Yes.
kind of being like kind of looking at me kind of like, "Huh, do you know how hard that is?" And honestly, at that point in time, I had no idea how hard it was, you know? And I just thought like
Yeah.
you just say
That's a
the
good
thing,
thing.
and yeah, and then yeah,
If you knew how hard it
that was
was, you wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do
yeah.
it. Nobody would anybody. Yeah. Oh, that's
That,
brilliant.
that is cool. Yeah.
I love that.
Nobody, you know, it's like, oh, there's a line in a Guy Clark song about, uh, it's called The Cape, where guys jumping off the roof, and the last line in the last verse is, nobody had told him that he couldn't fly, so he did.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that song, and that's one of
Yeah,
my favorite lyrics from it. Yep.
I
yeah.
love that. I love
So
that.
that's just what you said. Nobody had told you couldn't do it, so you did it.
So first of all, I would
Yeah.
like to say that we are now $600 away from our 200 oh my god, I'm daydreaming. We are now $600 away from our $20,000 goal. So that's incredible.
Amazing.
Thank you everyone for being so incredibly generous tonight. And if you want to be the person who donates that last $600 and gets us there, please feel free. Go right ahead.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah, that's amazing. So tell us a little bit about what the difficulties have been then. So you went in with this incredible attitude and this can-do spirit.
Yeah.
What how, how was it difficult?
You know, I think one of the biggest challenges for musicians is just as time goes on to not become jaded. And you just to
Yeah.
like hold on to that spark that like first drew you to music when you were just like first getting into it.
Yeah.
And if you could
Amen.
hold on to that and not get jaded, then I think you have a chance, you know, or you could make things happen, you know. But like as soon as you start feeling more jaded and becoming more jaded, then you're kind of like blocking yourself off from possibility.
Yeah.
And I definitely like feel myself drifting more into that territory sometimes, and I need to bring myself back and just be like, you know what, like I'm doing this by choice at the end of the day. And yeah, I'm doing something that I love to do by choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that make it that are jading, if that's a way of saying it? What are the what is difficult? Makes it painful.
Yeah, I mean, I would say there's maybe financial aspects to that, and
Yeah.
maybe just like I fully realize that a lot of challenges that a person has, yeah, they exist in real life, but they mainly actually exist in your mind.
Mm.
But sometimes, like me personally, like me being Chicano and maybe just existing outside of like the social norm of Americana or like singer songwriter music, like
Yeah.
maybe I feel like I'm outside of the predominant culture or just like the
Mm.
predominant sound or just even just the predominant viewpoints and maybe what I sing about, you know. But
Yeah.
that's just totally, whenever I get in that territory, that's me totally blocking myself, you know.
Mm.
When I'm my higher self, I fully realize and understand that, you know, like all of us have more in common than we have different. And
Yeah.
I think that at the core, that is humanity.
Yeah.
And I think that that's kind of why music exists, you know, to connect those dots
Yeah.
between our hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well
Well,
said.
speaking of connection and music, why don't you play us a song?
All right. Yeah. Yeah. So thanks to Howlin Dog Music. They're helping me put out this record that's coming out October 2nd. It's called Turn Off the Wi-Fi. And I'm going to play the title track off of that. Turn off the Wi-Fi, turn on the hi-fi. When the needle hits the groove, kick off your socks and move. Turn off the Wi-Fi, turn on the hi-fi. Leave your vinyl jacket on the floor, come dance with me. We've been sad and down, chasing the past and the future like clowns. We've been pressed for time, chasing those stereo images in our minds. I'm in it, you're in it for the long play. The table is turning, got the Palo Santo burning. Turn off the Wi-Fi, turn on the hi-fi. When the needle hits the groove, kick off your socks and move. Turn off the Wi-Fi, turn on the hi-fi. Leave your vinyl jacket on the floor, come dance with me. We've been chasing wax, mind is skipping, soul is scratched. We can't play the deep cuts, could be grooving instead of digging ruts. I'm in it, you're in it for the long play. The table is turning, got the Palo Santo burning. Turn off the Wi-Fi, turn on the hi-fi. When the needle hits the groove, kick off your socks and move. Turn off the Wi-Fi, turn on the hi-fi. Leave your vinyl jacket on the floor, come dance with me. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Turn on the hi-fi when the needle hits the groove. Kick off your socks and move. Turn off the Wi-Fi. Turn on the hi-fi. Leave your vinyl jacket on the floor. Come dance with me. Ooh, ooh,
That's so wonderful. Thank you
Oh,
so
yeah, man.
much. Bravo. Bravo. Don was saying before you came on that you have a sound sort of unlike anything. Don said it better, but that you were so completely yourself with your musical sound. And I think that's absolutely true.
Yeah,
I have to
absolutely.
issue a correction. We are not $600 away from the goal. We have a little bit more to go than that. My mistake, but still, we are making great progress. We are powering on. We are doing great. But yeah, so thank you very much, Antonio, for being here.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Amen to all of that. You know,
Yeah.
just I love that Wi-Fi, hi-fi, the groove. Yeah. And that totally lines up with what you were saying about not getting jaded. It's like, remember why you started. Remember that magic. Remember that groove. Remember what's in that groove that pulled you in.
Yeah.
And, that challenge is ongoing, I'm 71 and I've been playing music so-called professionally, meaning that people have been giving me money to do it since I was 15. And yeah, you can find justification for getting burned out and jaded. It's not hard to find reasons why you could say, you can find those reasons. I won't go into them here. But yet, that magic, that groove, is always there.
Yeah.
If you are willing to find it.
Yeah.
In the most difficult gig, in whatever the circumstances are, it's like there's always that. How fine can we make it today?
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting too, because when you really lean into that aspect of it, like it's almost like has a certain magnetic quality that just kind of like makes things happen in a really cool way, And it's just like if you close your eyes and really feel the music, like that could draw people in. Whereas if you're like thinking like, oh, my EQ's weird and it might sound weird. Like I was thinking that right now. I'm like, oh, like I haven't done a live stream since the pandemic, so I'm a little rusty on trying to dial in the right sound, But then you're like, you know what? Like that matters, but at the same time, it kind of doesn't too,
Yeah.
It's that vibe. I think of it in terms of resonance.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, like if you get one of your acoustic guitars and you hold it out in front of you and you sing a D note, whatever that D note is, ma, that's probably not a D, but you'll hear that D string singing back along with you.
Yeah.
It's resonance. People, all of us humans are like that too.
Mm-hmm.
If you are vibrating with that note, and all the people in that room with you, they will also start vibrating. I mean, you can take that metaphor further, saying some people will have their cases closed. Some people will vibrate to a different note. In other words, but that doesn't take away from the fact that some people will. You get that emotion, that love, that wonder, that joy happening, and people will feel it. Yes, we love our metaphors at Howlin' Dog. Like I said, I never met a four I didn't like. But it's true. I swear to God, that is true.
Yeah,
that's what you just said.
Yeah. And I think it is important to some extent to talk about the difficulties as well and the struggle, and to warn against it in a way, to say, it's very common to feel this pain and to feel this, everyone feels it, but keep going anyway,
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's part of what community and things like this, like what we're doing right this second, why that's so important, because it tells people, listen, you're normal for struggling with this. You're normal for feeling jaded, but don't give up even if you do,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Remember what got you started. Remember that spark, because it was there. You didn't hallucinate it. It was there. It was real.
Mm-hmm.
And it can still be there. It's like, I once tried to write a song. I never did finish it, and it really wasn't a very good song, but the idea was good. So I had it right the first time. It's like you have you have a vision and you set off, and then you get lost, and it's the hero's journey in a lot of ways. It's the Odyssey.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then, no, it's there. It was real. Find your way back to it. So. Anyway.
So, Antonio, I want to ask you sort of, what does the sort of lack of money or struggle with money as a musician, as a young musician coming up, how has that impacted you? How has that made things more difficult for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it puts a ceiling of sorts on between like your ideas and what's like actualized.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the work that Howlin' Dog Music Group is so important, because these grants that it's giving out every year to several artists in the Southwest, it's just like helping these ideas like materialize into the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
And and at that same time, I mean, I'm fully acknowledging the importance of like money in the society and the world we live in, but at the same time, I mean, art finds a way to like coexist in that, but it also exists outside of that, in the sense that to write a really good song, you do it with your heart, you do it with your mind, you do it with your hands, and that's something that no one can take away from you. And when you go into a room and play that song and share it with people, that's the kind of magic that AI and all these headlines and all these things that are kind of all these other things that exist, but it's just like the power of that is always going to have a place. At least in my opinion, it's always going to have a place for people to do that. And I think even more and more so as we kind of enter this new like technological age, I think people are going to yearn for that more and more, and like the simplicity of a song and a guitar and people in a room together.
Exactly what you just wrote about in Turn Off the Wi-Fi, that urge to return to something analog, something real, something tangible, rather than something digital or virtual. Yeah.
And one of the coolest things about that whole process is the magic of art in general and of, say, songwriting, is that nobody else in all of creation will write that song except you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like nobody else can say, this is how it looks from here. and that's a cool thing. Speaking of which, I think you should play another song.
All right, yeah. Yeah, so I'll play another song off the new album. And I do want to mention for anyone like in the Northern Colorado area, doing a string of album release shows. The first one's going to be Friday, October. It's actually October 2nd at Swallow Hill, Friday, October 2nd. Then Thursday, October 15th at the Neighbor in Fort Collins, and Friday, October 16th in Longmont at the Vernon Barn. And this song is called Bumblebee Jubilee. I wrote it on a nice summer day, hanging out in my backyard by the garden. Buzzing in the sunbeams, gathering in the garden, sacred ritual underneath the trees, the chickadee nest and the raspberries. Meet me at the Bumblebee Jubilee. Jubilee, jubilee, jubileo. Son of a gun, we're having fun in Colorado. Like a sunflower in July and a bumblebee. I'm sweet on you and you're sweet on me. Meet me at the Bumblebee Jubilee. Shadows feel the sunshine till the petals start to blow. The scent of magic sailing on the breeze, a daily meditation falling on the knees. Meet me at the Bumblebee Jubilee. Jubilee, jubilee, jubileo. Son of a gun, we're having fun in Colorado. Like a sunflower in July and a bumblebee. I'm sweet on you and you're sweet on me. Meet me at the Bumblebee Jubilee. Jubilee, jubilee, jubileo. Son of a gun, we're having fun in Colorado. Like a sunflower in July and a bumblebee. I'm sweet on you and you're sweet on me. Meet me at the Bumblebee Jubilee. Meet me at the Bumblebee Jubilee.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's cool,
Love
man.
it. Well done.
That was just delightful. Yeah, that's such a cool whirlwind of influences in that song. You know, sort of country blues, but different than that too. I love that little jambalaya almost quote in
Tribute.
there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That
yeah,
was
doing
good.
that classic folk music thing where you just kind of lift
Yeah,
something you like,
absolutely.
But I feel like
So,
if people know it's intentional, then
Oh
then it's
yeah.
cool
oh,
for them to show
absolutely.
it,
It's it's just a nod,
Yeah,
Yeah. A reference.
just a little bow in that
yeah,
direction.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. I
Um,
was really listened to a lot of Taj Mahal when I wrote that song.
Oh
I
yeah,
just
perfect.
love his everything he does. He's just one
Uh,
of those artists who I feel like he's timeless.
yeah,
mm,
Yeah.
yeah. I was heavily influenced by that. What was it, Giant Step or whatever this album they came out with in the late '60s? That
Yeah.
yeah, boy, he's been his own guy ever since then. Cool.
we got a question from somebody in chat
Okay.
talking about the fear of getting started. And I thought that Don, I know, wrote a book about the fear, getting past the fear in your music. And I wondered if you, Antonio, would first talk about it, and then Don, maybe give your thoughts as well. The fear, I guess, of getting started as a musician.
Yeah. I totally acknowledge that, and that still creeps in,
Mm,
even on a daily basis. But I
yeah.
think like taking action is the antidote to that fear,
Mm,
and that action could be, it doesn't have to be some like grandiose gesture, it could be like, hey, I'm going to change the strings on my guitar, no, or like, hey, I'm going to learn something new, because
yeah.
I'm a big proponent of learning.
Mm,
And I think like when you learn things, it kind of just gives you more tools and more inspiration, and that's kind of one of the things that I really loved about studying music at Adams State is like I just remember, getting out of whether it was like a theory class and learning the way some musical thing worked, that just gave me fuel to write something new,
mm,
and I think continually learning and just taking action towards your dreams, I think that's the antidote to that fear.
yeah.
I totally agree. I used to say that, uh, in my journeys of working through things and writing about it, it's like I think I used to want to find a way to keep the fear keep the fear away from me. And it's like I learned that the only part of you that you can use to push against the fear is your nose as you walk into it. It's just like you just walk into the fear, uh, and then it goes away. Like you said, taking action. Go out to the open mic, sing the song, uh, that you just wrote, that you just wonder whether it sucks or whether it's any good or not. And 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 I mean, it's deep exploration, and it's realizing that you are okay. You are okay whether or not somebody likes that song.
Yeah.
You just take it in as information, and then you say, well, okay, he didn't like it. Somebody else might, or maybe I should try it. Maybe I should work on it a little bit more. Michael Hearne. Maybe I should dissect that song a little bit more, or whatever. Uh, you don't let it crush you. You
Yeah.
take it as information. You're steering your car. The information is giving you, the feedback is giving you information on where road should go.
The road signs or something. Yeah.
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 But at the heart of it for me was examining from where does my worth come from? Does it come from the opinions of other people? Well, then you're in trouble, because the opinions of other people are going to be all over the place. You realize that no, you are that one person in the world that can say, this is how it looks from here.
Mhm.
And that gives you a place to stand. So anyway, you go forward from there. It's an infinite topic, but anyway,
Yeah.
that's my take.
Yeah. I think that's very wise. Mom always says that you're the smartest person in the family, Don. So
Oh,
there you go.
well, I don't know about that. She set a pretty high bar in that regard. That's for sure. Yes.
Well, Antonio, so you're releasing this album. What have you done with the money, or what are you going to do with the
Yeah.
grant money that you're receiving?
Yeah, so I'm using the grant money to press the vinyl records,
Oh, great.
and also with like some of the graphic design, and if the record's called "Turn Off the Wi-Fi," and then the next line is "Turn on the hi-fi," I
Yeah,
kind of
you
need
got
to
to
have
have a
vinyl record.
vinyl.
Yeah, I gotta have
Yeah.
the vinyl, or else I'm just a liar,
Yeah.
You
I love it.
gotta stand on those principles.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. So that's wonderful. What a wonderful thing for that grant money to go towards.
yeah. Man, I'm very appreciative. Thank you all so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you, Antonio, and thank you for being with us tonight. It's been wonderful to just be able to visit a little bit and catch up with you. And it's just you're a continual inspiration, and we're here cheering you on all the way. So
Absolutely.
come down to Society Hall and play again
Yeah,
sometime.
I would love to. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I think we'll probably sign off with you and move on to our closing arguments or whatever, And,
Excellent. Excellent.
thanks again, Antonio.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
that was wonderful. Yeah. Incredible. Michael Hearne and Antonio Lopez, two incredible figures in the Southwestern
Yeah.
music.
And it was wonderful to have these people that are at very different places in
Exactly.
the arc of their career and their life,
Exactly.
There's a commonality there, that there's differences, but there's this common thread, this common vibe, so that's just been delightful.
Yeah.
Well, what else do we need to say here?
We need to make sure people know to come back tomorrow, that this isn't the end, that there's
That's
more
right.
music and more good information tomorrow at the same time. So come on back.
Yeah,
We've got
Megan Clarice and Sarah Van Buskirk. I made a record with Megan, so I know Megan pretty well, but I don't know Sarah at all. And
yeah, I think
I'm
Sarah
sure
is a
they'll-
grant winner. Megan is a grant winner from, I think, the first year that we gave grants, and Sarah is one from this year, I believe.
Yeah,
possibly. So that's great, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Megan's been delightful. She's helped us out with a number of things.
She was doing our social media for a while.
Yeah, social media, and helped us out at the booth at the barn dance and all that.
Yeah.
And has a wonderful record there. So yeah, and that'll be a lot of fun with Susan and Terry and those two. So that'll be a great thing to tune in with.
Yeah.
We'll look forward to that. And let's see, what else?
Do we want to go over the gifts again, or what do you think would be most useful for people to know?
Yeah, well, I see the sign there. Come see us at the barn dance. We will have a booth at the barn dance. If you are going to Michael Hearne's barn dance, we'll have a booth there, and we'd love it if you can come visit.
Yeah. So yeah,
meet us in
up to
person and
$50. Sorry, excuse me, up to $50. Sticker. $50 donation gets you a sticker and a CD. $100 donation gets you handwritten lyrics. A $200 donation gets you a tote bag. $300 donation gets you a tote bag and a patch. A $400 donation gets you the incredible accompanist video series that Don did, along with a CD of your choice. $500 donation is a hoodie. $1,000 donation is a singing telegram. And $2,500 is an executive producer credit. $3,500, you get to name a grant for the 2027 year, I believe. And then $5,000 is a house concert. So if you feel inspired by any of those gifts, please feel free to give.
Yeah. And if you become a monthly patron, you get a whole bunch of that stuff. So you get a hoodie and a tote and a patch, and then you get the patron benefits of getting a digital copy of all of the projects that will come out.
Beautiful.
You know, as long as you stay a patron. And you really help us. You help us be able to plan, because all of this is just like taking a running leap off of a cliff. It's like you hope that some wings sprout before you hit the bottom. You hope that there's a way to continue, and because there's no guarantees in this. This was something that we metaphor. Sorry.
Listen, it's a good way of getting the point across. All right.
This is this is just something that we dreamed up. It's like, hey, what do you think? What if we did this? And it's been a cool thing, and we think it's worth continuing and growing, and we hope that you folks do too, and you feel like helping us grow it, because I'd love to give out 10 times as many grants of 10 times as much money. And we'll just have to see how it goes. And I'd love for it to continue long after I'm not here anymore. So so that's why we're here. That's why we're doing this. So
Yeah. Well, Don, do you have any final words of wisdom? Is there anything that you would say to a young musician who's listening tonight who says, I don't know, who wants to get started?
Yeah. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself enough that you can take in input that might be affirming and might be difficult. That's how we learn. It's like you have to have enough strength in yourself to be able to take in, it's like to listen to that live tape and realize, dang, I sing flat as hell on at least half the lines of that verse. And it's like, well, that's good information.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to learn those things, and that's how you grow. But you have to have sufficient belief in yourself to be able to take that in, and then you get past that and you have more belief, and you can do more things. So it's a beautiful path to walk, and it doesn't have to be your be all end all. You don't have to be a professional musician. It's great if that's your path, but it works regardless. It works if it's just something you do for your own enjoyment, or you do it on weekends or whatever. It's a worthy path. And so anyway, thank you all for all of your help in keeping this path going for us.
Yes.
Don't forget, tomorrow night, Susan and Terry. Just listening to Susan and Terry talk is a blast. They will be talking to Megan Clarice and Sarah Van Buskirk, and I guarantee you it will be a bunch of fun. There'll be some cool, great music. There'll be some great stories. There'll be a lot of laughs and howls. So anyway,
thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Annie.
Yeah, it was my pleasure.